This boy is richer than most of us can imagine. Meet Prince George, the young royal who is about to inherit an incredible fortune and some seriously cool titles. When he was born, his baby clothes set off a fashion frenzy, and he received over 1,000 gifts, including a €10,000 charm bracelet. His car collection includes a miniature Aston Martin and an electric SUV. His vacations include luxurious stays in Mystique and ski trips to Corel. In the future, he expects to inherit billion-dollar estates, priceless heirlooms, and even a family claim to Wales. Do you want to know more about this 10-year-old's riches? Come along, because you'll be royally jealous. Billion-dollar dynasty. The British royal family is one of the most famous and oldest families in the world. At the center of this monarchy is King Charles III, who took over after Queen Elizabeth II, who had one of the longest reigns. The family includes many well-known members, such as Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, and his wife, Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, as well as their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. At the forefront of the line of succession is Prince George, the eldest son of Prince William and Catherine. This young prince is set to inherit a big title and a lot of wealth. When we talk about the wealth of the royal family, it's a mix of personal fortunes, inherited wealth, and assets tied to the institution of the monarchy. The Crown Estate is a massive collection of land and properties valued at around $2.5 billion. This includes everything from huge rural estates to prime urban properties in central London. While the income from the Crown Estate goes to the Treasury, the royal family receives a percentage of this income, known as the Sovereign Grant, to cover their official expenses. Another 2 key sources of income for the royal family are the Duchess of Lancaster and Cornwall. The Duchy of Lancaster provides income to the reigning monarch, currently estimated to be worth over $814 million. The Duchy of Cornwall, held by the Prince of Wales, currently Prince William after Charles became king, is worth over $1 billion. Prince George, being third in line to the throne, is expected to inherit a substantial portion of this wealth. As the current Duke of Cambridge, Prince William manages the Duchy of Cornwall, which will eventually be passed down to Prince George, generating an income of about €21 million, ensuring a steady cash flow for its owner. Beyond this, William has personal assets, including money inherited from his mother, Princess Diana, and from Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. King Charles III has a considerable personal fortune estimated at around $600 million. While not all of this will go directly to George, a significant portion will likely be funneled down through the family as part of inheritance and trusts. And it's not just cash. The royal fortune includes some pretty impressive real estate. The iconic Buckingham Palace, where every nook and cranny screams luxury, valued at an eye-watering $5 billion. It's like the ultimate family mansion, but on a royal scale. While George won't be popping his name on the deed anytime soon, it's more like his future vacation home he's set to inherit. Then there's Kensington Palace, the current digs of Prince William and crew, valued at around $630 million. It's like the royal version of a family house, complete with all the historical charm and modern amenities. George might just grow up hearing stories of his toddler adventures in the palace gardens, and let's not forget about Granny's Retreat, the Queen's private residences, or the cozy cottages where the royal family goes to recharge. Picture George running around playing hide-and-seek in the halls while the grown-ups sip tea in the drawing room. The royal life. Apart from the institutional wealth tied to the crown, the royal family members have personal assets, including investments, art collections, jewelry, and more. The crown jewels housed in the Tower of London are guarded by the Yeoman Warders, affectionately known as Beefeaters, are some of the most valuable and historic pieces of jewelry in the world. The collection includes crowns, scepters, orbs, and rings, many encrusted with some of the largest and most famous diamonds ever mined. While George won't own these jewels, he will have access to them for state occasions. Imagine the weight of a crown adorned with a 106-carat Koh-i-Noor diamond on your head. Additionally, the royal family possesses a significant collection of personal jewelry, some of which will be loaned to George's future spouse for public events. Next, we have the Royal Collection, held in trust by the monarch, which is one of the most impressive art collections on the planet. It includes masterpieces by Rembrandt, Leonardo da Vinci, and Vermeer. It's not just about pretty pictures. This collection is a treasure trove of historical and financial value. And then there's the family's jewelry, including the famous crown jewels. Talk about bling. These pieces are worth more than just money. They carry centuries of history. When Princess Diana tragically passed away, she left behind a significant inheritance for her sons, William and Harry. Each received around €10 million upon turning 25. These funds, invested wisely, are growing and will likely be part of the wealth that George will eventually access. So, in addition to castles and crowns, George gets a slice of his grandmother's legacy. Now, let's get to the titles and responsibilities George will inherit. It's not all tea parties and waving from balconies. George is set to become the Prince of Wales and Duke of Cornwall. These titles come with a hefty dose of historical significance and some serious financial perks. For example, as the Duke of Cornwall, George will eventually manage the Duchy of Cornwall, a massive portfolio of lands and investments worth over €1 billion, generating an annual income of about €21 million. That's more than enough pocket money for the future king. George will have access to several royal residences. While he won't directly own Buckingham Palace, he'll likely spend considerable time there. Properties like Sandringham House and Balmoral Castle will remain part of the family's private residencies, enriching his heritage. Unlike most of us who have to worry about inheritance tax chipping away at our legacy, George will benefit from a unique tax exemption. In a deal struck in 1993 between Prime Minister John Mayer and Queen Elizabeth II, the monarch is exempt from the usual 40% inheritance tax on large estates. This means that the wealth and properties George will inherit from his family will largely remain intact, ensuring the continuity of the royal fortune. Also, the British monarch has the right to claim whales, sturgeons, and dolphins caught within 3 miles of the UK coastline. This ancient law, dating back to 1324 during the reign of King Edward II, designates these creatures as fishes royal. While George probably won't be setting out to sea with a fishing rod and a royal decree anytime soon, it's a fun reminder of the peculiar perks that come with being a member of the royal family. Imagine him explaining to his school friends that technically he could claim a whale if he wanted to. So, while George is currently enjoying a childhood filled with the typical joys of school and play, his future promises a fascinating blend of ancient traditions and modern responsibilities. Just picture it. Today he's mastering the art of finger painting and building Lego castles. Tomorrow he'll be balancing the books of billion-pound estates and deciding where to place the next royal sturgeon. That's a bit more than your average "what I want to be when I grow up" scenario. Net worth. Prince George is only 10 years old, but already holds an astonishingly high net worth. Despite his young age, George's value is tied up in land, titles, and the economic impact he generates, rather than a personal bank account. Prince George's net worth is estimated to be around €2.7 billion. This staggering sum isn't made up of money in a bank account, but rather the result of his influence, the properties he will inherit, and the future titles he is set to receive. The bulk of this worth comes from land and titles, which are expected to generate substantial income over his lifetime. George's net worth gets a hefty boost from what's fondly dubbed the Prince George effect. Since his birth in 2013, anything he wears or uses turns into gold. Well, not literally, but close enough. Parents worldwide scramble to dress their kids like George, creating a fashion frenzy that's both adorable and economically significant. Take, for example, his 3rd birthday. George was spotted wearing a Sunuva t-shirt that cost just €9. Within an hour, it's sold out. Poof, gone. The same thing happened when he wore a Rachel Riley outfit to his sister Charlotte's christening. Those duds vanished from shelves in mere hours. It's like George is a tiny, stylish magician making clothes disappear. Even as a newborn, George's fashion game was strong. The swaddling blanket he was wrapped in on his way home from the hospital caused the brand's website to crash due to a tidal wave of orders. Seriously, how many babies can say they crashed a website just by being cute? This kind of influence has made George a key player in the children's fashion market, which has seen some serious growth thanks to his pint-sized presence. So, while George is just being a kid, his wardrobe choices are fueling a mini economic boom. Proof that being royally stylish is a big deal even when you're only 10. The economic impact of George's fashion choices is not just a boost for the brands he wears, but also reflect his potential future influence on the economy. His influence is estimated to be worth around €2.3 billion to the British economy. This figure highlights the power of the royal family in driving consumer behavior and the significant commercial value they bring. As the eldest son of Prince William, George is also likely to benefit from the trust funds and inheritances established for him and his siblings. This financial setup is designed to secure the family's future and ensure they can maintain their lifestyle and charitable endeavors. Will George's wealth grow? The young prince's wealth is set to grow substantially over the next few years. As he gets older, George will inherit more assets and responsibilities, adding to his already impressive fortune. George's current net worth is already substantial, but it is expected to increase significantly as he grows older. Several factors will contribute to the growth of his wealth. Firstly, the Duchy of Cornwall will be passed down to George. It is a valuable asset that generates a significant annual income. This income will continue to grow as the estate's value increases and new investments are made. Secondly, as George takes on more royal duties and responsibilities, he will receive additional income and benefits associated with his role. This includes potential revenue from public appearances, sponsorships, and other engagements. Additionally, George will likely receive inheritances from other family members, including his parents, grandparents, and other relatives. These inheritances will further add to his net worth, ensuring that his wealth continues to grow over time. Furthermore, the economic impact of the royal family is expected to remain strong, with George playing a significant role in driving consumer behavior and economic activity. As he grows older and takes on more public roles, his influence on the economy will likely increase, further enhancing his wealth. In summary, Prince George's net worth is set to grow substantially over the years, thanks to the valuable assets he will inherit, the income generated from his royal duties, and the economic impact of his influence. His future wealth and influence will ensure that he remains one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. In conclusion, Prince George, with his royal lineage and future inheritance, stands to become one of the wealthiest individuals in the world. His net worth, currently estimated to be around €2.7 billion, is a combination of valuable assets, titles, and economic influence. As he grows older, his wealth will continue to increase, thanks to the Duchy of Cornwall, inheritances, and the economic impact of his influence. Prince George's future promises to be one of immense wealth and responsibility, ensuring the continuation of the royal family's legacy. Royal life and responsibilities. As Prince George grows up, he will increasingly participate in royal duties and public engagements. These responsibilities will include representing the royal family at various events, supporting charitable causes, and promoting the interests of the British monarchy. His role will not just be ceremonial, it will involve significant responsibilities that will require dedication, hard work, and a commitment to public service. Being a member of the royal family also means adhering to a set of traditions and protocols that have been in place for centuries. George will receive a comprehensive education, including learning about the history and workings of the British monarchy, understanding statecraft, and developing diplomatic skills. His upbringing will be carefully managed to prepare him for his future role as a key figure in the British monarchy. Future aspects. Prince George's future is not only about wealth and titles, but also about the significant impact he can have on society. As a future king, he will have the opportunity to influence important issues, promote charitable causes, and advocate for positive change. The British monarchy has a long history of philanthropy, and George will be expected to continue this tradition, using his position to make a difference in the world. In addition to his royal duties, George's education and upbringing will equip him with the skills and knowledge needed to navigate the complexities of modern life. He will be prepared to engage with contemporary issues, from environmental concerns to social justice, and to use his platform to raise awareness and drive change. Prince George's life is set to be a remarkable journey, marked by immense wealth, significant responsibilities, and the opportunity to make a meaningful impact. From his early days causing fashion frenzies to his future role as a key figure in the British monarchy, George's story is one of privilege and potential. As he grows older, he will inherit not only vast wealth and prestigious titles, but also the legacy of a family that has shaped history for centuries. His future promises to be one of both great privilege and great responsibility, ensuring that the royal family's influence and traditions continue into the next generation. Prince George is more than just a wealthy young boy. He is a symbol of the enduring legacy of the British monarchy and its ongoing relevance in the modern world. Talking about young billionaires, ever wondered who the youngest billionaires in the world are? Click on the screen and see you there.